Welcome everyone. I am Dr. Shambhu Yadav, a neuroscientist and a stress biologist at Harvard. And today we are talking about something deeply personal, that is griefs and how we can heal from that. Whether you are grieving right now or have experienced loss in past, this conversation is for you. The grief is universal. It touches all of us, but it also complex and often isolating. No two grief journey are the same, and that's what make it so challenging, not just for the others, but for ourselves too. Sometimes grief can even show up when we least expecting something, long after we think we moved on. But understanding griefs on the deeper level can actually help us to heal. So let's dive into it. Today we will dive into the science of grief, the changes in our brain when we are grieving, and how we can use that knowledge to heal faster and more effectively. I am going to share insight about the brain's response to grief, what is happening physically, and how we can work with your brain's natural healing process to recover fast. And stay with me because by the end of this video, I will share powerful tips you can start using immediately to ease your journey of healing from that. The grief is not just a sadness, it's a blend of emotions like shock, anger, guilt, and even moment of unexpected joy. So how do we make sense of all of that? We have all heard that phrase, right? Like time heals all wounds or just keep busy. But today we are going to break down why that advice oversimplify things. Grief is not just emotional, it's also deeply physical, and it leaves a mark on your brain. But the understanding what is happening in your brain can actually help you heal faster and more effectively. So stick with me because this knowledge might change how you approach grief. Now let's get into the neuroscience of grief. The brain, when grieving, undergoes significantly changes. The amygdala, which process emotional like fear and sadness, become highly active during the grief. And that is why we feel like we are on the emotional roller coaster. But our prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain that help us make decisions and the regulate emotion, can become less active. So what does that mean for you? And that's why sometimes it's hard to focus or manage stress. But we can work with this and I will show you how. The default mode network, that is DMN, that also get activated, which leads to rumination and repeated thoughts about the loss. You can get stuck in that loop of the sadness or memory. Sound familiar, right? But don't worry, by the end of these videos, we will understand how to break this cycle and rewire our brain. And the next is neurochemistry, how stress hormone like a cortisol flood our system, make us feel drained and anxious. But at the same time, oxytocin, that is a love hormone, the bonding hormone, play a role in our healing, and especially when we seek comfort from loved one. And the understanding these chemicals gives you the powerful tools to navigate the grief. But the brain has ability to heal itself through the neuroplasticity. This means that over time the brain will rewire itself to process grief in the healthier ways. And when we allow ourselves to feel and express our emotions, we give our brain to space it need to heal. Now let's pause for a moment. If you are grieving right now, take a deep breath. The fact that you are feeling the pain means you are deeply connected to what you have lost. And that is totally okay. And healing takes time, but it's a process. And I am here to show you how to make it easier. The healing process might feel slow at times, but it will little patience we can help speed it up. You may not see the progress every day, but I promise it is happening. So how can you support your brain in this process? So the big thing is to mindfulness and meditation. The mindfulness and meditations are the powerful tools for healing. They can calm the overactive emotional center of your brain, like the amygdala, and help you focus on the present moment. Exercise. So exercise is another game changer. It's a release that feel good endorphin hormone that promote the neurogenesis and help the brain start building new positive pathway. It's not just good for the body, it's a powerful tool for the healing the brain too. One more secret that I will going to share now, that is journaling. So writing down your feeling can help organize the emotional chaos of grief. It is an incredible way to make sense of your experience, and it can accelerate the healing. And then there is therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and that is a scientifically backed approach that can help you shift the negative thought pattern and make grief easier to bear. So as we wrap up, I want to emphasize something important. Healing does not look the same for everyone, but you are not alone. Reach out to others, whether it's family, friend, or support groups. Social connection is the key to rewiring your brain and healing faster. So the grief is tough, but your brain is resilient. It will adapt, it will heal, and you will find a way forward. So remember, don't rush the process, be patient, the kinds of yourself, and the trust that healing is happening. If you are feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to seek support. As you heal, you will discover new ways to live with your grief and experience joy once again. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, I would love for you to share it with someone who could benefit. And don't forget to subscribe, because the next time you will talk about how to build resilience in the face of life changes. So thank you for being here, and take care, and see you in the next video.